Let us start. Good evening, everybody. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late as I had to restart my computer. So today we are at the end of week 2, right? So today we will discuss reference parameter, call by value and call by reference, array list, okay, and collection generics iterator. Okay, quite a lot of stuff. I will go quickly. Maybe I can share my previous semester's lecture video. And you see the schedule. Schedule says your quiz 1 will be due this weekend, right? Coming weekend, 24th. Okay, please do not miss this one. Okay, my hands are tight. It is really difficult for you, so for me to extend any one quiz. Then I will be caught as a biased to someone. Okay, so because we teach in a team, please do not miss any quiz, but your maybe at least one quiz will be taught. So these quizzes are, we need to submit in D12, right? Everybody knows that. Okay, unlike the policy and syllabus quizzes, all other quizzes are only one time, only one chance. Okay, all quizzes are open book. Okay, open note. So I wish you, when you take your quiz, you learn something. Open your book, do Google search, open your slides, you learn something. Please do not get answer from someone else and do not do that. Then you will be loser ultimately. Okay, so today in our last lecture, we discussed object-oriented programming. We review object-oriented programming. Has anyone any question about that from our previous lecture? Okay, and then today we will discuss reference parameter. Okay, so reference parameter, let us see if we do have any slide. CSE. If we go to our resource pages. Okay, so there are slides about static identifier. I discussed static modifier. I discussed this in the last lecture. So you please go through the slides. Okay, I'm not going. I don't need to go this because I discussed already. Okay. So we know that what is a method? A method is a function that is defined within a class, right? A method describes an action that an object does. A class contains some variables and some functions that are called method in order to perform some operations, more likely on the variables. Variables in a class are called data attributes or trees or features, and functions are called method. So we know how do we pass parameters? How do we call a method? And when we call a method, we pass parameter, right? So in our last lecture, we discussed, some programs. So for instance, we can okay, static attributes in C#, example 1, static test 1, maybe I can go this too. Okay, so here this is non-static variable and this is static variable, and I'm looking for any method that pass parameters or not this one. Better let me go with call by. Okay. So we know we pass whenever we declare some variables within the parentheses of a method, we call this variable as, what is its name? Parameter, right? Parameter or argument or formal parameters. Argument or formal parameters. Okay, so here A and B are declared within the doIt methods. So body, not body, so within parentheses. So these A and B are called parameters. So almost all programming languages pass parameters. So what happens when you call this method? So this method, a method is called by another method, right? So the method that it is calling this or using this is called host method. So here my main method is a host method, and my doIt is my guest method. We can say guest method or a method, general method. We are using this or calling this in our main method. So in order to call a method, parameterized method, what do? We pass value against parameters, right, from the caller method where we want to use it. Okay, so that is called either call by value or call by reference, or in general we can say call by parameter. So this method, it has two variables, declare A and B as parameters. So these variables work more likely as local variable. For instance, if I have a variable over here, say for instance int x equal to 10. Okay, so x is a local variable, but A and B are parameters. There are some difference between A, B, and X. So when we call this method, for instance, if I want to say system.out. Like, so if we want to say do it 5, 10, that means, sorry, if you want to say do it, I cannot call like this way. I cannot call this with this, do it like this way. So what do I need to do? I must pass parameters against these two arguments whenever I call this. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. So now, based on the type of these parameters, some programming languages work differently. Okay. One thing is that there is a substantial difference between C++ and Java, and C++ and C# and Java and C#. So C++ is a language, Java is a language that works, it's called call by value. For instance, if I pass 5, 10, that means I am calling doIt method by value. What are my value? 5 and 10. 5 should go against A and 10 should go against B. Right? So this process is called call by value. All languages work with call by value. This process. Okay. Java works in call by value fashion. In general, it is called function call, parameters function call in general. Okay. But there are some languages like C++ and C#. They also pass parameters using two ways. One is call by value, another is call by reference. Okay, there is a substantial difference between call by value and call by reference. So in this course, we are learning two languages, Java and C#, right? Java works only call by value. Java does not allow call by reference. C language has a pointer. Using pointer, C++ can pass call by reference way. The pass parameter using call by reference. And without parameter, without pointer, it can C++ can use traditional way. Traditional is called call by value. Okay, and C# allows both call by value and call by reference. So we will learn what is the difference between call by value and call by reference. So in order to understand that, one thing that we need to know, so these are the parameters, right? Formal parameters. Okay, these are the function return type. So this is a function structure. Okay, and x and y should be passed when calling this method, and then x value and y value will be added and it will be returned. So this method, it does say that way. For instance, here if I say 5 and 2, 5 will go against x and 2 will go against y. This is the formal method. Okay, so everybody knows this until this point, right? There's no doubt, right? Now we will understand first what is the difference between call by value and call by reference. Everybody please give attention. You will get a test question. Okay, and it is difficult, sometimes confusing to many people. Okay, although I'm telling that call by reference is applicable for only C#. Java does not allow call by reference. So no matter what language you are taking in your lab, you need to understand this. If you take Java lab, how many of you are taking Java lab? Okay, you need to understand this. In your test, you cannot tell us that I'm taking Java. Java does not allow call by reference, so I'm not answering. You will get 0 for that question. We got some answer from in future, in the past. Okay, so let us understand what is the basic difference between call by value and call by reference. The basic difference is that call by value is a guest. The method is called as a guest, right? For instance, here, so B method is calling within A. So call by value. Let me tell you a story. I always tell this using a story so that you remember it forever. If you listen to my story, then you will never forget it. Okay. The story is that whenever we invite some guest in our house or in a party, do we allow our guest to change host property? Okay, so for instance, if you invite someone at your house and then he or she tell you, hey, I don't like you in your house, you should have a window here, you should close this door, you should make a window here, you should make a shower over here. Okay, and if he or she enforces you to do that, do you like it like this? Okay, in general, no, right? But in some situation, if the person, your guest, is someone special, maybe you're one of your family member, existing family member, or a close friend, or going to be a family member, right? Okay, like if your condition is hard, okay, if you do not do this, if you do not make a window here, I'm not gonna marry you. Okay, then in that case, you may consider this, right? Okay, so that means call by reference is a guest, a kind of guest that can change host property. Call by reference is a kind of guest calling that the guest can change host property. Sometimes we usually do not allow, but sometimes we allow, right? You agree with me, right? But call by value is always guest is guest. Guest does not have any authority to change host property. Okay, so this is the main difference. If you remember this story, then so there are some slides over here. Okay, many slides. Instead, I like you to go to slides, but I want to explain it with the program. Then you will never forget it. Okay, so C# Okay, C++ had has pointer, so pointer is used to do call by reference. But Java does not have pointer, and C# does not have pointer. So in order to perform call by reference, Java has two special keywords. One is called ref, another is called out. These two special keywords C# has, okay, in order to perform call by reference. Okay, so now let us jump to our program. So here, so let us see. So everybody understand this static method do it. So has anyone any question about the basic definition or declaration of this do it method? So do it unless the ref keyword. Okay, so that means here A and B are two parameters. Okay, so A is declared as a reference, B is a normal. Okay, then what we will do when we pass, so with this do it method, we say we are changing or updating both A and B. Okay, and then what will happen when this do it method is called by host? Which one is host here? Is main is host, right? Which one is guest here? Do it is guest, right? So then do it, this method, it is changing A and B. How it is changing? A equal to A plus 12, B equal to B minus 12, 42. So that this change is going to be permanently, this change is changing the value of X. So X and Y, these are whose property? Host property, right? X and Y are values of variable declared within main method. But since the guest method do it has a reference, A is declared as a reference type, so what is doing, whatever make changes here, these change also will affect on X, because X is also a reference. Reference is kind of representative. Okay, but Y, okay, represent the value of B, right? Okay, but B is a normal traditional parameter. So although we are changing B over here, this change will affect only within this method. This change will not affect Y in the main method. Now you understand the basic difference? So here A is my so do it my guest, and guest has this right, special right through reference to change host property. Which property it will be changing? Whatever I say, if I say X, right? I'm using X to pass for A. Okay, so that is the, in a nutshell, that is the trick behind call by value and call by reference. If you remember my story, you will never forget it. Okay, but every semester I tell this story. Many students, they don't care, and many of them do mistake in the test. Okay, so if you miss this question in your test, please do not tell that you took this course with me in future. Okay, now let us see. Let us see what we learned. Okay, so in here what it is doing. So here this method, do it method, it is changing A and B, and also it is printing A and B, right? And after printing A and B, it is returning A minus B. So let us see that what does it print first. So and then in order to understand that, one thing we need to do. So if we call this method over here, so g equal to do it reference xy. So which line will be printed first? This line will be printed first, or this line will be printed first? Which line will be executed? 21, right? So it will call this do it method. Do it method has this print line. It will be executed first, right? So when it execute 21, so what will happen? A equal to a my plus 12. So what is my a value is getting here? 55, right? A equal to 55, right? X and x plus 12. So 55 plus 12, 67. This is my 67. And b equal to getting b minus 42. So what is my b value? 15 minus 42 equal to negative 27. Are you okay? Everybody understand this? Now the magic will come over here. So also we are passing a minus b. We are returning a minus b, right? So then what will happen? What is a minus b? What is a here at this point? 67. What is b here? 20, negative 27, right? So if 67 negative 27, 67 minus negative 27, so it will be 67 plus 27, right? So then what will be a result? 94. So it is returning 94, right? So that z value will be 94, right? So at this point we are printing x, y, and z. So let us understand z is 94. Let us come that way, okay? Z is 94. Clear, everybody? Has anyone any doubt? How we get 94? We got a minus b. A is this and b is this. This minus this equal to negative, positive 94. Now let us see x. What will be my x value here? Okay. And then what will be my y value? All right, I need x. So x, this change, we told you that this x is a reference. So whatever we change over here, that will be permanent. So x initially it was 55. X no longer will be 55. X, since is a reference, it will be changed to 67. Okay. So I got 67. This one 67. Now for y. Okay. What is y value now? The reason is that y is a regular variable parameter, right? It does not change. Although we are changing this here, but this change is local to this method. Okay. This change will not be permanent. So y value, whatever y value it has, it will be the y value. So this is x, this is y, and this is a minus b, x minus y. Has anyone any question? Yes, you have a question? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to tell that. So I see, you see that I made ref x as a reference, right? So I need to declare both here, call here as a reference and declare here as a reference. Now, if I make y as a reference, I must make it y as a reference over here. Okay, now if I do y as a reference, then will I get the same result? Should I get same result? No, so then what value will be y here? Yeah, you are correct. It will be this my y value. Okay. So I like you to take a piece of paper write this code and understand it without running this program. Okay. I think at this point, many of you are not that much clear that you should go reverse order. Okay. You see that how did I do? I first made that A value and B value, and then I found A minus B, right? A minus B will be this minus this plus 94. And when I print this way, I calculated 94 first. I calculated G value first. Okay, this is the good way, so you do not be confused about X. Don't type X first, okay? Don't try Y first. Start this, at least here, start from the right side. Easiest one, okay? Then look at which one is reference, then that will be affected from, that will come from here, and that is not reference, that will come from here. So now, can you assimilate that? There is a this has a relation with my story. Here is with my guest, and by doing reference, this guest is my going to a special guest. He or she has right to change host property, right? Okay, this is about what is we say call by value and call by reference. Apparently, it may seem pretty simple, but if you do not give attention, you do not practice, you will lose point in your test. Okay, sometime we made it a little bit harder. For instance, we printed plus plus z, one more plus plus z. Okay, so if we do over here plus plus z, what will happen? Yes, it will be added 1 over here, right? So plus plus g plus plus will be 95. So g value will be incremented by 1, it will be 95. Okay, and sometime if we keep minus minus decremental operator, then it will be 93. Okay, and but if we give g minus minus, still 93. No, still 94. Still 94 because this negative, if I give z plus plus, still 94 because this postfix has it uses the old value, and after it using old value, it increments or decrements. This is called postfix, and then if you put up, this is called prefix. Okay, so this is the use of ref keyword. Okay, and there is a minor difference between ref and out. So out passes a reference parameter to actual value. Keyword out is used. So use this when you want to method to initialize a value and place it for later use in the actual variable. I wish, let me see. Okay, maybe I can, since I have go quickly, I have a few more minutes. So I'm giving you as a homework. Okay, try to understand, slide has, try to understand what is the difference between ref and out keywords. If you use out instead of ref, then what is the difference between your output, two output, okay? Has anyone any question? So reference parameter can be used both in we discussed that with primitive data type, right? It can be applicable with custom data type or class. So rest of this lecture slides to have some example how to use ref keyword for class using an object. Okay. There are some example. I think if you go quickly. Let me see if there is here is a ref keyword. Same thing, it does something, okay? Same concept. So the slides, same thing with the multiple, so whatever I discussed, the slide says. So you can go through one by one slides and then you see what is happening, okay? Okay, then one more thing. Java people, you need to know this. Although you cannot practice this problem with Java. Java does not have ref and out parameter keywords, okay? Only this program you need to practice with C++. With C#, sorry. Okay, practice this program with C# only, not Java does not have call by reference way. So this is an interview question. It's good interview question. What is the difference between call by value and call by reference? Some books it says pass by value and pass by reference. I like to use the word pass instead of call. Pass by value and pass by reference. Some books say, some authors says pass by value, pass by reference. Some authors says call by value, call by reference. Okay. Concept is same. Has anyone any question about this? Okay. I see the next topic here is overloading methods. Okay, we discussed this in our previous class. So that with overloaded constructor, right? Overloading happen within a class. If a class contain a method multiple times, same method multiple times. So in some countries like USA have some tradition, right? Give the father name and child name same name, right? Donald Trump 1, Donald Trump Junior, Senior, Donald Trump 1, 2. They write Roman type, right? 1, 2. But some countries, maybe in my country, Bangladesh, we don't have that tradition. We don't say Trump 1, Trump 2, or Junior, Senior. We don't say, okay? In some countries say, right? So same thing. So if there are multiple people in a family, same name, somehow they are distinguished, right? With number 1, number 2, number 3, right? Or junior or senior, right? Like this way. Okay. Same thing. A class can have multiple methods with same name, but somehow they need to be different. How they are different? They become different in terms of number of parameters or types of parameter. So what are the criteria to make difference? Either, so how many parameters over here? 1. And how many parameters here? 2. So in terms of numbers, it is different, right? And in terms of type of parameter, it can have different. I could say float x, and then it would work. I say float x, it works. Okay, either number or number of parameter, how many parameters it has? 1, and it has 2 parameters. So these two methods are different. So when we pass 2 parameters, then it will call this method. When we pass only 1 parameter, it will call this method. Okay, but one thing is that method overloading does not have any issue or any effect with return type. So what value we return? If we return integer or you return float or you return convert double, it doesn't matter. Okay, so functions return type does not have any function, okay, any contribution or any effect on method overloading. This is an interview question. Okay. So how this method are different in terms of number of parameters or types of parameters. Not in terms of body. Whatever is body, it doesn't matter. Okay. So let me see. Okay, so I want to share this program with you. So please this one is reference parameter. Everybody got it. Please practice it. Okay, let me see. I will have a method overloading. Okay, method overloading example I do have. So this method has, okay, this method has one parameter, two parameter. It's good example. It discuss also type also. Okay, so this is in C#. So let me change this. Example 1 C#. So I'm passing this. So please practice this one also. Okay, like method overloading, there is a concept of operator overloading. That means same operator can be used to perform differently on different data type. Like the plus operator, it is used to add two numeric numbers, but it can be used to concatenate those two string. We know that usually a plus operator is used to add two numeric integer number or float number, double number, right? Okay, but it can be used to add two string, not add, addition or summation, concatenate, connect to string. Maybe hello world 5. Maybe 4. Hello world. Not this one I was looking. There is a under string operation. So if the first okay, so I will share a lecture, part of my lecture, recorded lecture for doing just reviewing string operations. Okay, like string has length method, in Java's length method, to uppercase method, to lowercase method, substring, especially the substring. You will get some test question in your test. Okay, do the string operation. Okay, so since time is short, I'm not going to discuss this, but I will share one of my previous lecture video. Okay, please watch this and then fine. Okay, so hello world here. If I say instead of hello world, if I say 101, okay, then what will be printed here? This line, it will be printed 101, right? It may look like is this 101 is a number actually, but it is a string. Okay, so I'm trying to print it. So okay, so this 101 is a string actually. Okay, now if I say, if I do this 101 plus 2 plus 3. Okay. Before I do this, so if I print like this, what will be my output for this line? 6, right? It is clear, right? This output will be 6. Okay, but what will be my output if I do this, or if I do this, or if I do this? Did you think this about this ever? So there is 6, it is clear, crystal clear, right? So what will be my output over here? Can anyone please tell me? Huh? Okay, 107. Where did you get 100? Tell me that. Thank you, don't worry, but I want to understand where you are doing mistake. Where did you get 100? Is it 101? Just string, it is 101. It displayed as 101. I just told you that it is 101. It is not a string, not number 101, string 101. Okay, so then it will be printing 6. Now, if we say, I am sorry. Okay, I got it. Okay, so hello, this is a plus HW. Then this part is 6, right? Then what will be this part? Then 6, then 101. It is not 6,101. It is 6101. Okay, and then I'm showing that what is this part? 101. Then no, that is the trick. So if the print ln method, it gets anywhere string, the remaining part becomes string. So it will print 101 to 123. And what will be this one? Yes, it will be 1 2 3. And what will be this one? It's not 33, 3 3. This part will make 3, and after it, as soon as it gets string, then the remaining part will be concatenated, not added. Okay, so whatever we discuss, let us justify our answer. So here 101 is pretty simple, right? Straightforward. 101, and here it is 6, this is 6, and here 6, then 101. 6, this 101, and here is this 101, 1, 2, 3, 101, 1, 2, 3, and here it will be 1, 2, 3. Here this part is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This part is 1, 2, 3, and here this part is 3, and then string, and then this one is 3. It is not 33, it is 33. It's string. Okay, I'm sharing this program with you. Okay, please practice this. Unless you become clear, please practice this. And you can practice same thing in C#. Same thing. Yes, sir. Why is this? It is the nature of the println method. Sorry, what is your question? Line 14, yeah. So because line 14, first one is string. If the println method, the rule of thumb is that if the println method gets string, as soon as it gets string, everything next to it becomes string or concatenated. This is the easiest way to remember, okay? So wherever it gets string, so here it is string, right? So always empty. So that means it has an empty at the beginning, an empty string. Maybe if I give a space, you can realize. If I give a space here, you can realize that there will be empty space here. Did you realize that there's an empty space here? Okay. I usually I have a joke. I know a joke about this. Okay, people who are in the back, are you listening to me? Okay, that's good. There will be test question from today's lecture, okay? I usually tell a story. So there is an interview, okay? There is an interview board. There are students from different fresh graduates from different majors. They are being interviewed. The question was pretty simple, very simple question. What is 1 plus 1? Okay, the first one was a mathematician, mathematics major. He said 2. He answered as 2, okay? Then the interviewer says good, thank you. Then the second person he came, same question was asked, what is 1 plus what? Then that guy was a statistics major, okay? He answered is probably true. Okay, you know that reason? Statisticians, they always deal with probability, right? This is probably true. Okay, they are happy. Then the third person came, they asked him question, what is 1 plus 1? And he was a computer scientist, science major, or IT major, or software engineering major. Then he asked counter question, in which number system? Because 1 plus 1 is different, number system is different, right? In decimal number system, 1 plus 1 is 2. Then in binary number system, what is 1 plus 1? 1, 0, right? 2, but 2 is represented as 1, 0. Binary has no 2 digits. Then the last one came a law student, okay? He is going to be an attorney. So he was asked same question, what is 1 plus 1? Then he was whispering, how much do you need? Okay? You know that there are many lawyers, attorney in this world, they can twist. True to false, false to true, right? Recently we have some evidence. But it's not how that happens. So based on the situation, the println method is something like that. As a kind of joke. If it gets, as soon as you get a string, everything after that becomes string. Okay, did I share this? Okay, people who are online, has anyone any question? Okay, there is a way to overload operators. That is the plus operator. When I learned object-oriented programming with C++, I wrote program how to overload the plus sign, or how to redefine the plus sign, plus operator, to add two string. I remember that clearly, about 25 years ago. But here, so since string is used a lot, so modern programming languages, they have the toString method overloaded, plus method is overloaded, built in. So this is why we can easily add toString. We do not add actually, we concatenate toString. Like in similar way that we use the plus sign to add two numbers, same way we add this hello Bob was here, right? Okay, maybe if you take advanced computer science programming course, then you will be given an assignment to overload, to write, to make your new operator. Okay, to declare out. So the plus sign, it works to add two numbers, right? Definitely there are some codes in the compiler, right? So you have to write code to create your own operator. Right, further, so far we know at the rate is not an operator, right? Right now, you may write a program to make at the rate to perform something. You will be given assignment to do this, especially if you take your compiler design course with me. I give this kind of assignment out. Then you will learn how to create your null operator. Okay. So there was operator overloading. There are example over here, but I give you an example of operator overloading. Sorry, method overloading. Okay. So the method overloading is kind of polymorphism. It's called compile time polymorphism, or called static polymorphism. There is another kind of polymorphism, that is actual polymorphism or dynamic polymorphism. That is called method overriding. That is toString method. We override or redefine a method. Whenever we discuss inheritance, we will learn that. Okay, that's it for this this slide. Has anyone any question? Okay, I have only 10 minutes, but I'm sorry, I misused some time. So what I need to do, I need to go quickly collection. But I have my previous semester's recorded video, and I have my own complete program. Okay, give attention for the next 10 minutes. Okay, so then we will discuss this. Okay, so in 1321, we learned array, right? What is an array? An array is a built-in data type. An array is a list, right? In other words, we call it a list that contains some kind of value, same kind of value, right? It is actually a set. In mathematics, we call set. And what is the difference between a set and a list? Yeah, did I discuss this? A set does not contain duplicate value, but a list may contain duplicate value. Okay. A set contains only one time, one value contains only one time. A set of numbers, you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You cannot repeat a number 1, 1, 1, 1 more than one time. Any number cannot be repeated one time. But a list, you can have all same numbers. Okay, list is implemented using array. So the array is traditional array you learn in 1321. That is called static array, or traditional array. So one of the limitations of static array is that whenever you declare an array, you have to fix its size, right? You have to make your size, declare an array with a fixed size. Then you cannot change that size. Later you cannot change the size while running your program. If you're a programmer, then you can go to your source code and change it. But many people, they use our programs or application, but they do not have authority or access to the actual source code, right? Whenever we use apps, many apps we use, do we have access to source code? No, we have compiled version, right? But unless you write your own app, you don't have access to your source. You cannot change it, right? Okay, so this is the limitation that whenever we declare an array, we need to change fixed its size. So then due to this limitation, there is a possibility that we can misuse memory space. For instance, if you declare an array with 1000 size 1000, you thought that I would have 1000 friends. I would write their phone number, make a list, okay? But ultimately you got only 10 friends, not more than that. Nobody replied to you, okay? Nobody replied to your invitation. So you are misusing many places, right? Okay, and vice versa, if you thought that I would have host a party, there will be only 100 friends. So you arrange 100 chair. But you got more friends, 110 or 101. So there will be shortage, right? And if you do not have access to get more chairs, more seats, then what will happen? You will get in trouble. That happens in programs also. So that is the limitation of static array. So in order to resolve that issue, in most of the programming languages, modern programming languages have the concept of dynamic array. That is, in some languages it is called ArrayList. Okay, so ArrayList is a dynamic array. So the name is called array and list, right? Actually, array, as I told you, the array and list are same thing, but people give their name, they were array list. So the array list, it has a way to declare an array list. For instance, here my name is a array list is a built-in class, and this is my names are I'm declaring as a array list, an array dynamic array, and then equal to new array list, and this is the constructor I'm calling. But within there is between here within square bracket, right? Something string. Okay, there is something string, right? I will discuss this soon. But just now, for now, just forget about this. So how about it if I have this? Is it understandable? You understand this, right? Everybody understands object-oriented programming. This is an object using new operator, creating an object type array list name, right? So array list is a built-in class. Java has, C# has, and most of the programming languages do have this built-in class. We need to just know how do we use this. Okay, at the end of this course, you will learn how to create your own dynamic data type, like how to create linked list, stack, QE, maybe array list. You will learn how to create your own array list. But for now, since some assignments you may do without array list, but you may see that some of your friends may already know this. So you will see that some of them are using array list. So if you do array list, your program will be shorter and concise and easier. Okay, you may be confused. Hey, how do we know that? Why do I do not know that? Okay, so although we will discuss this at the end of this course, but since we want to give you a little bit idea what is array list and how to use an array list. Okay, so here in this array list names, it is supposed to be hold some value, right? Some names, right? So but one thing is that, and another difference is that between a list, an array and array list is that What is the difference? An array contains only one same kind of value, right? An array can hold only same type value, right? But array list can contain mixed value. Some value can be string. You can put name as a string. You can put name a number. Okay, it can be mixed up. That doesn't matter. So that, but if some names, for instance, if some names are integer, some types are string. But if you do not know that, sometimes you may do some operations. For instance, if all are values, for instance, I can create, for instance, let me make it change values or prices. So here I expect that prices should be numeric, right? I expect that prices should be numeric. But since ArrayList does not restrict to put value under name, under price, you can put numeric, you can put string. Like for instance, $110, 110 if you write in Word, 110, or you can write it on 10, 110, right? Two different ways, but both are price, right? $1 or any $1. So that later if you go to do some operation, arithmetic operation, can you do any arithmetic operation on string? No. We saw that, we just saw that we can concatenate string, but we cannot find average, mean, or up to string, right? Can we do that? Can we make a mean up to mean average up to string? No, there is no way, right? So then there will be a problem. So in order to restrict my array list, so that I say that I want my array list only, it hold only integer value. Integer name, then I say here integer. That means, so here I say price. Then this price will not allow you to enter any value other than integer. This kind of restriction, right? In some language perspective, it is called generics. Enforcing restriction ahead of time so that you do not do mistake. And if you do this way, then at the time, if you want to enter value against price, it will give me 2 minutes, please, extra 2-3 minutes. Then it will not allow you to put non-integer value. And if it does not allow you to enter non-integer value, then later it will not be issued. Right? So if it will given you an error ahead of time. Okay, so this is the concept of generics. So some languages, so Java and C# have built-in array list. So this is the difference between array and array list. Array is fixed size and array list is variable size. Array list you can add any number of elements. It grows dynamically. So you are not worried about the size. Okay. An array contains only homogeneous data, same kind, and array list can be any type of data. Any type of data. Okay, so these are the so there are some built-in methods. Whenever the array list is built in, so there are some built-in methods. So add method, it adds an element to array. So add a lowercase is used in Java, and then C# a is in uppercase. Okay, remove method is to remove a number. Okay, and remove an element, and remove add is in C#. Size is used in Java, and count is used in C#. Okay, there are some other methods. Okay, so I like you to go through like this program. Okay, so practice this program. So this is an array list. This is an array list. So here do some operations, please. and you will see that there are. Okay, now there is a class, built-in class, it is called iterator. Iterator is used to iterate. What does mean iterate? To walk through the elements in an array list. Okay, so my battery is going right. So please practice this. Okay, I have some program. Array list. Okay, array list example in Java, array list example in C#, array list example on Java. I have array list example on C#. So I want to pass this program to you. So please practice this. Okay. Please practice this. So few programs, practice a few programs. I have same program maybe multiple times. So since time is short and is over, I'm not going to review. Maybe you will see that same thing twice, okay, or similar thing twice. Okay, at least practice one program in Java and one program in C#. Okay, has anyone any question? Practice this. Okay, yes. With an angle bracket? Yeah, I can add anything, but when I restrict, then I cannot add. Yes, normal, but in generics, I cannot do it. Okay. And thank you so much. So people who are joining online, you have